Oh, definitely got a lot to talk about, so I'm gonna get right into it. Let's talk about Drake and his upcoming studio album being Iceman. So, I know I've been very critical of Drake over, I would say, the past year and a bit, and even going back to the battle, but removing Drake from the battle, and look, whether you say Drake won, Kendrick won, whatever the case may be, let's remove all of that, right? Kendrick's doing his thing with his tour. He's doing his thing with his GNX album. Drake, he went on tour to Europe. He was doing his thing. He released an album with Party Next Door. Um, and I'll get into that. My reviews on some of his albums leading up to Iceman, but what I would say is this, in my opinion, is arguably one of Drake's most highly anticipated albums. I think this is an album that everybody and their grandma will be tuning in to listen to. And the reason why I say this is because everybody wants to know if Drake is going to be addressing the beef. Is he going to be addressing everything associated with the beef that he had with Kendrick? Is he also going to be addressing everybody that was coming at him? We had Pusha T, The Weeknd. We had, Kanye at one point. We had, who else did we have? We also had Rick Ross. We had Metro Boomin. We had Future. Like, we had so many people. ASAP Rocky. How can I forget ASAP Rocky? We had so many people coming after Drake, and it was literally like a 1v20. And I think Drake was in a position where it seemed like the whole industry was against him, and obviously we know with his UMG lawsuit, and we don't have to get into that specifically. But I think everybody wants to know, what is he gonna say? What does he have to say? We didn't get any of his thoughts and just kind of his feelings and input on Some Sexy Songs for You, which was a joint album with Party Next Door, which is totally fine, by the way, because I don't think that was a place to address it. You're doing a joint album with Party. I think, you focus on the sound that you're trying to create with Party. I don't think that's the time and place to be bringing up, addressing beefs and this and that and UMG lawsuits. Um, I don't think that's the time and place for that. But I think right now, with his upcoming studio album, which is set to be released in the coming weeks, obviously we got some live streams. We're getting promo for it. We know he just finished his tour, which he was touring Europe. That's finished, and now it's basically like, all right, I'm gonna lock in and I'm gonna give the people what they want, which is this album. Um, some of we don't officially know if these are singles for the album. We know these are songs that he released, and some of these songs have been pretty good, pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but I think something that's interesting is with Drake's albums, he's always done a good job in trying to finesse a sound. And it seems like this album, he's trying to finesse a UK sound. And why I say that is, well, Central C has been, from my understanding, pretty involved in this album. He also did the Wireless Festival where he headlined all 3 nights. So we know he was out in the UK. We know he was linking up with a lot of UK artists, and just a lot of artists in general. So it'll be interesting to see the sound that he kind of finesses with this album. Um, but I do think he is, in my opinion, I think he's going to be going after more of a UK sounding album. Central C can rap. He can rap. So if Drake goes that route, I wouldn't be mad. But at the same time, it's kind of like I just want Drake to get back to his roots. I want Drake to get back to the Drake that we all know, right? I'm talking about Nothing Was the Same Drake. I'm talking about Views Drake. I'm talking about If You're Reading This Is Too Late Drake. I'm talking about Take Care Drake. That's cool. You've gone, you've chased different sounds. You've done the Caribbean sound, you've done the UK, you've done, the down south, you've done this, you've done that, you've done the Afrobeat sound. Cool. But right now, the album that everybody's tuning into, the album that everybody wants to hear what Drake has to say, is the perfect opportunity for Drake to sound like Drake and not for Drake to sound like, you know, someone else. I'm okay with him having features that, are being pulled from, from different regions. So I'm cool with him having Central C being featured on a few songs. If that's the case, I'm cool with that. But I don't want Drake sounding like Central C. I don't want Drake sounding like a UK artist. I want Drake sounding like the Drake we know. Now, getting into Iceman, there's obviously the theories surrounding what Iceman is about, and it's, Drake is cold as ice, and this and that, and that's cool. I'm not gonna get into those conspiracy theories, but what I am gonna say is, to me, I think the title of the album, I think the rollout that he's been on, which was the live streams, I think are really cool. I think it's Drake tapping into a new bag. I don't want to say new bag, tapping into a new creative stream. We do know that he taps in a lot with some of the streamers, so why not do YouTube streams, right? There's obviously a lot of imagery with it. There's a lot of, Drake dropping some subliminals without him even saying anything. Like that's crazy. That is right there when you are at the top of the game and you are, the cream of the crop. You can just feature like an inanimate object and people would think that, oh my god, that's addressing this situation or that situation. Or where he had the Pinocchio featured in one of his live streams that was literally just in the background. It wasn't even like Pinocchio was a main character. But again, that just goes to show you that what Drake is doing, people tap in, people have opinions, people have things to say. So it's great to see that, he's tapping into the live stream. I think, in my opinion, this is one of, like, we haven't seen Drake do a proper rollout in a long time. Well, let's be honest. A proper rollout to where it's like we're doing everything to make sure that there's enough promo leading up to this album. That right there shows me that Drake is locked in. He went on tour. I'm pretty sure being on tour, he's got some, influence. He's got some creative juices. We do know that Drake was recording on the road. So it's not a surprise. He was recording on the road. He was traveling with some of his producers, with some of his engineers. We know that. So I'm interested to hear the music.